Hi guys, so it's been a while since I've uploaded. I'll be frank, I've been very lazy and not consistent. I said I will promise consistency, but I'm doing a bad job in that. But I promise I'll try being more consistent. So today I'm going to touch on an interesting sport, endurance sports. That is. So, about endurance sports, it's a fairly common sport, but at the same time, it's really hard to do it. Fairly common because almost everyone can register and participate in it, but to do it properly, I think it takes a lot of effort. I won't say I think, but yeah, it takes a buttload of effort to go seriously into endurance, but yeah. So for my first video, I told that I'm a runner and I am trying to make a like good reputation out of endurance sports. I have covered 21 kilometers, which is like a half marathon distance, and I've run races. I've run three official races and four or three virtual runs, and yeah, so that's all I have in endurance. The next race I'm preparing for is the Vedanta Delhi Half Marathon. Hopefully, I get to run that with no interruptions with my college and exams. Yeah, but that's the next target. Vedanta Delhi Half Marathon, my first half marathon, an official half marathon. So I did a solo half marathon as a question of ability. Now that's answered. Now my goal is to sustain it and do it faster. Maybe a sub 2:30 or sub 2 hours, hopefully. Yeah, that's the current situation. My real interest is in ultra running. Ultra running is my ultimate goal. Now, I won't say anything that comes to my mind because obviously ultra marathons are really hard. They are over 100 miles, 200 miles. It's insane. The people can do that. But that is my goal. And ultra marathons are basically foot races more than 42 kilometers. 42 kilometers is the traditional marathon distance. And yeah, that's what ultra running is about. It happens in different types of terrains. It can be called an ultra trail marathon. You run through trails, mountains, deserts, and then there are just simple roads, tracks. You run 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers. Yeah, so usually the longer ones happens in trails, and they're more challenging to do because it's not easy to run in mountains or trails. And in this video, I'm going to discuss about the top 4 hardest ultra marathons of all time. My personal list. I think list from internet might say something else, but this is my personal list of ultra marathons, and hopefully I pursue them. You never know. So, coming at number 4, we have Spartathlon. Spartathlon happens in Greece, and it's a historic race that happens from Athens to Sparta, as the name suggests, Spartathlon. It's around 155 miles, which is 246 kilometers. And the hard part is that it has a strict cutoff time. Almost all the ultramarathons that we're going to talk about have strict cutoff times, and the routes, you go through the Mount Pantheon, I believe. If don't get me wrong, if the name is wrong. Yeah. So there's a 36-hour limit, and you have to cross Mount Pantheon, and a lot of heat on the plains, and when you reach mountain it's cold, so it's like a mix of seasons, which makes it one of the hardest races, and it's on my top 4 as well. So now at number 3 we have the Moab 240. Moab is a place in Utah, America. It's a desert, and the race is around 240 miles, which is 386 kilometers. The elevation climb is over 30,000 meters, which is a 30,000 plus, which is 30,000 feet. And again, the temperature is a big factor. It happens through a desert, so it's really hot, and it gets really cold at night. And the trails are very technical because there are canyons, mountains, river crossing, a lot of technical trails. And the hardest factor in this race is that many people suffer from sleep deprivation. It's 240 miles, and the distance is really long. Although there are ultra marathons with similar types of setups, but this race is considered really hard due to its elevation. It's around, like I said earlier, 30,000 feet or 9,000 meters. At number 2, we have Badwater 135. This is the same race that David Goggins ran on broken feet and came on 5th place. Now, since this is 135 miles, the question arises, why is it harder than a 240-mile race? Well, the answer is simple: the heat. The race takes place in Death Valley to Badwater, which is around 135 miles or 217 kilometers. The hardest part is the elevation change, which is not much as Moab 240 or Spartathlon, but heat is the main factor that drains people because the heat reaches up to 60 degrees per Celsius, which obviously, in anyone's right mind, is a biggest factor for dehydration. But yeah, this is a type of race that probably like point 0.1 or maybe less have completed or even participated in this. It's really hard to get selected in this, and it's really hard to even complete this. Before we move on to number 1 on the list, I would like to give some honorable mentions. First, shout out to Arizona Monster 300. It's a 300-mile race through the Arizona desert, and the hardest part is that elevation change and really hot. And UTMB, which is a 100-mile race, elite competition, one of the most prestigious ultra trail marathons, and very strict cutoff times. You get eliminated and you don't even get to finish the entire race distance if you cross that cutoff time. And it happens in 3 different countries, which is Switzerland, France, and Italy. And one more, if I were to give, was Tour des Grandes, if I'm not right, Tour des Giantes, Giantes. Again, one of the most hardest ultramarathons, and the thing that people told very common, is like the elevation is so high that's almost equivalent to climbing the Mount Everest 13 times. And I think it's around, not really sure, it's like 330 kilometers, 206 miles. Yeah, and the common thing about ultramarathons is that it's not only the distance, but the challenging part are the terrains, the weather conditions, and the elevation. That's what makes an ultramarathon the most toughest sport on the planet. Now, at number 1, we have the Barkley Marathon. The Barkley Marathon is only 100 miles, which is 160 kilometers. Now, it's long, but compared to other races, it's not as long. So why is this number 1? Unlike other races, this doesn't have any navigations. Race organizers always keep a track, or like a you can say banners or postage to make sure that the runners are tracking their race or tracking their track. You're not allowed to carry phones. You're given a map and you have to use that. There are no markings whatsoever. And about the terrains, about 18,000 meters of elevation, which is around 60,000 feet. And there, the terrains, let's say dense forests, steep climbs, and you get very little sleep because there's a strict 60-hour cutoff with no navigation. The race becomes long due to no navigation, or very less navigation. So yeah, the hardest factor are the brutal terrains and navigation, which makes it one of the hardest races. And there are only 20 finishers in this whole event, and this event has been going on for around 10 to 20 years, which is concerning, to be honest. But yeah. So yeah, this is it for my video, and I will continue posting more sports related content. Could be F1, cricket, endurance sports, Ironman. Yeah, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you follow ultra marathons, ultra running, or maybe endurance sports, who's your favorite ultra runner? I would say personally Andrew Glaze, Max Jolife, and David Goggins for me. And you you tell your favorite if you follow ultramarathons or endurance sports. Okay, see you for the next one. Bye bye.